So let's talk about the Doctor Who Christmas Special 2023, The Church on Ruby Road. I'll be honest, I wasn't looking forward to this Christmas special. I was reluctantly going to watch the episode, didn't watch it live and watched it on repeat, iPlayer, whatever you want to call it, later in the evening on Christmas Day. Reason being, I didn't enjoy the specials. I thought they were quite lackluster and, to be honest, nothing special. So I wasn't really expecting anything different from Ncuti Gatwa's first episode. But I really, really enjoyed it. So much so that I wanted to do this review video. I haven't done a review video for ages on this channel, and I thought, you know what? This episode has reinvigorated my excitement for Doctor Who, and I want to do a review about it. It was that good. So, start off with the storyline. The storyline was very much, I would say, a introduction to the new Doctor storyline rather than a festive Christmas storyline. And I think that's some of the criticism I've heard from people I know is they were expecting quite a festive orientated story with killer Christmas trees, Santa Claus with guns, that kind of stuff we've seen in the past. But instead what we got was very much a episode 1 of first series of the new Doctor style rather than that festive treat that I think a lot of people were expecting. And to be honest, I didn't notice any difference. In hindsight, you hear people say about the fact that it wasn't very festive, and I can agree with that. But to be honest, I wasn't really expecting that. I was there to watch the new Doctor, the new companion, and to see what they were going to offer us for this new era of Doctor Who. So I wasn't too fussed the fact that it wasn't that festive. It was essentially a story that was set at Christmas time that wasn't related to Christmas, if you know what I mean. I think as well the story, again, I'm quite a critic, and I quite often am very critical of any Doctor Who episode, no matter what writer it is, about plot holes and depth to story and stuff like that. But for some reason, I turned my brain off for this story. I turned my brain off for everything, and again, I really enjoyed it. I'm going to keep saying that all the way through this episode, this review, that I really enjoyed it. So I turned my brain off in terms of the concept of the goblins and what they were trying to do. They were, again, looking at it through a critic's eyes, in hindsight, quite a, I'm going to say, two-dimensional villain. There wasn't much substance to them. They weren't in it very long in terms of actually interacting with them. So you could argue that the actual storyline about the villains within the piece was not very strong. I would like to see more goblins, to be fair. I thought they looked really cool. After watching some of the Doctor Who behind the scenes stuff, you realise a lot of that was practical effects, and I love practical effects as opposed to CGI. So it'd be nice to have seen some more interaction with them and also the Goblin King as well. But we didn't get that. Instead, what we got was kind of these villains that were kind of around the edge of human society. I like the concept that they could be the ones that always cause all humans to have accidents. I thought that was really good, and it's a shame that wasn't explored a little bit more, but hey, we got what we got. But you saw them there sort of centering around Ruby and her world and kind of interacting, and the Doctor kind of following along the trail, so to speak. So for a means to an end, they serve their purpose. The concept of them eating babies was great. I think it's that kind of fantasy horror that we know that RTD is going for with this new incarnation of Doctor Who, and I think that worked really well in terms of the goblins and their kind of the world they inhabited. I like the fact that we didn't have any technology. It was all wooden ships and ropes, and the fact that the Doctor's new sonic screwdriver, I'll come to that in a minute, didn't work in that environment. So that was nice, and the Doctor had to learn a new skill in actually interpreting the ropes to understand how to get through the ship and how to escape. So that was really good. So the goblins as an entity were fleshed out enough, but they could have done with more. But I think for the purpose of the storyline and what we were trying to achieve from this episode, they were good enough. I think the main crux of the episode was obviously introducing us not only to the new Doctor, but primarily to Ruby and all the mysteries that are surrounding her. So we got Ruby, We understood that she's a foundling. We don't know who her parents are. We saw the mystery woman in the hood at the start, dropping off the baby at the church on Ruby Road. So we know there's one mystery that's going to come back to haunt us later in the series. You got her foster family, though, and that family unit was really well done. Quite often with Doctor Who, I don't like the families associated with the companions. I think Rose's family unit was all right. Martha's was very forced and got written out halfway through. We had Donna's family were okay. It was Bernard Cribbins, so there's no comparison there. I don't believe Clara had a family, or whatever version of Clara we were on. She had one. Bill didn't have a family. And then we had the whole weird forced family unit that came with the 13th Doctor. We don't talk about that, or the word fam, because I just can't stand the word fam. Anyway, I digress. But no, this family unit felt great. It felt natural, it felt positive, and it left with me the feeling that I want to see them again in other episodes. I won't mind if they're in other episodes. It was nice to have them on the screen, and I think the way they interacted with Ruby was great, and the way they interacted with the Doctor was great. So I like this family unit, and I really want to see them and the running joke around T continue in future episodes when we're back on Earth. Again, it's not often I say I want Earthbound episodes, because quite often with the New Who, I don't like Earthbound episodes, but I think with this family unit and the way this series is going, Earthbound episodes are going to be really good this time. Yes. As for Ruby herself, it's a classic Russell T Davies human grounded companion that we are now seeing things through her eyes. That's what he did with Rose, and that worked really well. And likewise, we're getting that again, seeing the Doctor and seeing the adventures through her eyes. But we've got the added extra of the mystery surrounding who is she and how is she going to figure into the rest of this series. Again, I'll come to the mysteries at the end, so wait until the end. And of course, we had the Doctor, Ncuti Gatwa. What do I think of Ncuti Gatwa, the Doctor? I think he's brilliant. I was really blown away and really, really surprised at how much I liked him and how good he really was. I just liked his energy. He immediately lit up the screen when he was on the screen. I liked the contemplativeness and seriousness of the character, where he could change and become very serious, but also be quite funny at the same time. I liked, once again, the Doctor is now the cleverest person in the room. So when he was deducing the ropes and stuff on the Goblin ship, that was great. Speaking of the Goblin ship, I like his singing. I thought that scene was brilliant with both of them singing. I know some people said, oh, the Doctor shouldn't sing and stuff like that. No. This is the new Doctor Who. This is the way it's going. And I really liked it. I liked the tune. I liked the way they sung. And for all intents and purposes, it was done live, so that was really good. So that was a really nice surprise for this episode. So I'm really looking forward to seeing Ncuti in few further episodes. I think we haven't seen him be the kind of very serious, destructive, can't think of a better word, Time Lord that we've seen the likes of Tennant and Matt Smith and Capaldi have done before. That is going to really rubber stamp his performance as a Doctor. If he can do fun, he can do energy, he can do cleverness, but if he can do the seriousness as well, then we know we're on to winner with the 15th Doctor. So finally, this episode only was an introductory episode and a festive episode, but it was also an episode peppered with mysteries. We had the mystery of Ruby, who is her parents, who are their parents, who is his mother, who is the woman under the hood, or assuming it's a woman under the hood, dropping off the baby, who walks very slowly away from the church. Probably my only criticism, how slowly she walked. The Doctor was able to save the baby, destroy the Goblin ship, turn around, and she was still walking down the road. She needed to have walked a little bit faster, really. Yes, who is the parents? Obviously, the DNA is not on the database, so I guess we're going to find out in due course who is Ruby, or maybe we won't. Maybe we'll find out in Series 2 who Ruby is. Who knows? Second, we've got, obviously, who is Mrs. Flood? Is she a Time Lord because she knows what a TARDIS is? Is she Ruby when she's older? Is she Amy Pond because Pond and Flood have the same connotations? Is she another Time Lord? I've no idea. Mystery's there, but it's great that we got that little nod at the end of the episode, so we can actually have another mystery to think about, as well as the standard one we're getting with Ruby. Was that all the mysteries? Did we have anything else? Obviously, we've got a few bleeding mysteries from the specials like He Who Waits in the Darkness that the toy maker was scared of. Who was that? We've got the mystery of the hand once again picking up the master's receptacle. Who is that? Are they all going to link? Are they all going to weave together? We will just have to wait and see. But all in all, it was really nice to pepper those mysteries. And I've got another one. I've just thought of another one. We've got the woman in the crowd when the band were playing, shouting at them, and also the same actress playing the woman who's with Isaac Newton. Is that another mystery, or are we looking for mysteries where mysteries aren't really there? Who knows? But either way, so many mysteries that are leading into the start of the new series in May, which is great stuff. So it leaves us all wanting more in the small period between January and May, where we'll start to find out what is going on. So overall, like I said, this was a surprising episode. I really enjoyed it. I've watched it more than once, which is quite unusual for me in this day and age to watch more Doctor Who episode more than once. I thought Ncuti Gatwa was brilliant. I thought Millie Gibson was brilliant. I thought them on screen together was excellent, and I am really looking forward to see how these mysteries and the new stories and the new Doctor and this new production team and everything else that's new except for Russell T Davies, how that all comes together in the new series of Doctor Who, which is out in 2024. So let me know in the comments what you thought of the episode. Did you think the church on Ruby Road was good, excellent, brilliant, or were you not that bothered? Let me know in the comments, because I'm always interested to know what you think about Doctor Who. I'll be back as always with more videos celebrating the awesomeness of Doctor Who now that it's back. Until next time, cheerio for now, bye bye.